Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to play Mooncrash. So the game actually crashed, locked up after we'd finished the last run, and apparently the continue now is going back to the crew annex, which I guess would just give me an opportunity to potentially try and play some more. Now what's crazy about this is, does that mean I lost an entire run? Because it didn't save fast enough. The idea that it wouldn't have saved at all through that entire second run last episode would be crazy. Also says we've been playing for 12 hours and 5 minutes, which, yeah, we're getting kind of ridiculously past the point where another 10 hours would be a little too much. It's funny that the game crashed right in the menu. So, who are we playing as, I guess? Director Riley Yu. Yeah. I think this pretty much means that
a special announcement from our
like
head of security.
We're in a weird situation here. Let's see if we have any neuromods that would potentially allow us to do what do we need to do actually. Phantom Genesis, we would need one more neuromod, and we would straight up be looking for anti-rads and drink, which I don't think that works here. So like Crew Annex is the place to go, yeah, but how is this gonna play? I think what you do is that I think my inventory might be fairly charged up, and yeah, what are our options as far as just escaping? Even mass driver, yeah, or upload your consciousness, which is just not going to happen. Alright, is there a secret access panel back this way on this one? Just lower the corruption level even more. Okay. See, unless I'm misremembering things, which I very possibly am, we had gone here, we'd run into a thing. So that got us. We got through here. This is where we died before. The enemies were apparently trying to shoot glue cannons at us. So glue turret. We can hear that there's a lot of stuff going on here. feel like I've already been here. Is there possibly another move I was supposed to do? The shuttle here is just glitched and gone. It's almost like the game straight up has made a decision. Like, this door's locked. To put Riley, Director Riley, you, in a scenario that she shouldn't be in the second run. This advanced shotgun is almost certainly better than that. So we'll take that. Do we have anybody we're actually looking for at the moment? No. So we'll pick somebody. Let's just try and figure out what status we have. No escape pods. Everything says it's normal. Everything says it's operational. Control towers. An observation deck. I mean, let's go check it out, I guess. Let's see, we've got so much garbage. We don't have a password for an escape pod failsafe, if that was supposed to be something. And I guess I've just never been up here before. So up here, there could be an anti-rad pill, and there could be liquid drinks that are non-alcoholic. Definitely want to take an elite gun. New fabrication plan, no. It's just a duplicate one. A new elite chipset in the drawer. Let's see. There's our anti-rads. So we've got that. Now, so then the only question then is to, I guess, check to the mass driver. Do we have 5 food items, 1 bottle of anti-rads, and 5 non-alcoholic drinks? Let's think about this. We have anti-rad. There's 1 non-alcoholic drink. There's a food item. There's 2 non-alcoholic drinks. There's 3. So we look to me like if I do this, we are done Yeah. I don't think there's anything else I have to do. We'll go into scan mode. So we're just playing for points. I don't know if there was something there that was supposed to jump out and attack me. That doesn't seem like it's happening. To Moonworks we go. So we exit out of the tram section of the Moonworks. We can put the items in the escape path and then go and activate the mass driver.
Attention everyone. Due to solar weather, Harvester Fleet Gator and Falcon have been reassigned to hectares LH1B through LH1D.
And there's just no other necessary actions that need to be taken at all. Just move fast and hope you don't run into anything that wants to kill you. If we run into something new that could be scanned, that would be great. If we had another
Initiate vacuum.
If we had another thing, that would be great too. Right. Okay. That. Let's see, as far as food goes, that should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and looks like we have about 6 drinks and 1 anti-rad. 5 food.
Harvest in operation.
1 load of anti-rads. Okay, we can't climb up that way. Yeah, I don't get what's going on here. It seems to me like the game has reset itself, which does imply to me potentially that I could cheat my way through this game fairly easily by simply crashing the app and then reloading and giving myself a second chance. Where that second chance leads me is somewhat questionable, certainly, but it's not that questionable. As long as we don't run into any real problems. Should be fine.
New assignment requested. Waiting.
See, I just don't know how many more people, we potentially could have the entire run of people reset here because of the way this is all glitched. Let's go. Like, ideally you'd want to be able to swap out some of this, but yeah, really doesn't matter. What would really suck is if this does mean that we didn't progress at all through the last run. If we found anything randomly picked up as far as a fabrication plan, that would really suck. I kind of feel like what I should do each run though is probably play as the director Riley and then run to the center and use the shortcut to get to the Pythias Labs, since that seems like that has just the largest amount of chance. Let's go ahead and save and exit. There. Like, the Pythias Labs does feel like it is the thing that has the largest chance of having 2 possible exits. I'm gonna pause the recording and be right back. 1 sec. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. So, I guess the question really comes down to how would I even know if that previous run in the last recording happened or not? It doesn't seem like it did. And I'm not sure it really matters too much. Our goal, like, and see where it crashed before is when we click view progress, would be to unlock the custodian, escape with the custodian, and continuously just scan or complete somebody's story. I think Riley U is the perfect one to play as for this to start with. We'll take a Q-beam advanced. We'll take our shotgun. Just an improved ability to get a better shotgun would change quite a bit as far as these setups go. Take an EMP charge, which honestly we probably don't even need, but we'll take 1. And let's see. Can we afford neuromods or anything like that? I think the answer is probably just don't bother with that. Get extra points. Resistance to alcohol, drunkenness. Decreased chances of trauma being inflicted. Let's see. Maximum health, I think, is worthwhile. Like, ideally what you would want here is something that would actually what would I want? Get rid of all trauma, potentially, or give us more points. Yeah. Of course, all those things would be nice. But eventually, we would unlock probably an ability where we wouldn't need the EMP pulses. We may unlock a shotgun ability that makes it less necessary, but probably never completely unnecessary, to have the special electric charged gun. It's just notice how the game just has a little framing here as this all plays. She does have that necro ability. I'm just gonna assume that there's nobody else in the crater and not have to deal with that. Take this, take these. Q-beam. Can we convince the moon shark to attack, or should we just run? Do we have an ability here that would particularly help? Definitely just feels like what you have to do is fly here, make it to that point, and then at that point is just project yourself as fast as possible and then run. And just hope for the moon shark to not be able to hit you. And at that point we're done with the Q-beam, and even if we had killed the moon shark, they basically would respawn at any containment level, so more than likely if you end up back in the crater, still end up messed up over that. Advanced shotguns. We'll take standard shotguns. I guess we'll take, because I don't think I'm coming back this way. Do I have an objective to find somebody? I don't think I do. So we could potentially find somebody in Moonworks. Would probably be nice. Does seem like, particularly in Moonworks, there have been places where we have not accessed. It's like one person in Koreanix. Meanwhile, where is the escape pod? It is in Pythias lab. Koreanix is unpowered. Moonworks is a radiation hazard. So Pythias lab multiple times makes a lot of sense. Take this flex form bolt. Okay. So we could potentially go to the crew annex and power the whole place here. Is there anything in the crew annex that would make sense to be powered, though? We could take out one of these for Moonworks, or two of those for Moonworks, and swap it around. just try and find where the mimics are. Where is it? I feel like the game is just getting worse and worse as far as just its smoothness. And I don't know how to really accommodate that or fix that. Let's see. Go ahead and use that now. Does feel like the game is just getting herky-jerky while we're in the scan mode. Which, yeah, kind of makes some sense. That that's the way things would go. We can now craft the propulsions. There's nothing else to get here. Okay. Immediately we will transfer all the junk. This gun advanced versus the standard goes. This goes. This goes. This goes. Spare parts. Probably don't matter here. I guess generally we are trying to have the setup craft what we would want to craft. Ideally you would find some way though that like you could have your new characters spawn this way. Escape pod, navigation beam, navigation chip. That's what I want. Can we get that early? I think we can. Just by recycling that and not questioning it too much. Okay. And then coagulating gel's new. We can now craft propulsion systems if necessary. T rations we would need green for, and which pretty much means we would need something else for everything. Arguably, maybe you make something like this from burn heals, but it's probably a waste of resources to do that. Right. I think that sets us up as best as we can be set up. Did we grab everything out of both of these chests? Yes. Advanced shotgun and morph, mimic matter ability. This can will always be here, so you'll always be able to do that. Almost certainly the security stations have massive amounts of items in them. That would be my guess, is how this all breaks down. Is there's just KASMA stuff, supplies galore inside the supply stations. And that makes the game potentially way easier. If any other character had the morph ability, there's definitely arguments to not play as the director to get to this point. But this works. This will work for potentially I'm stuck in the air. Interesting bit of programming revealed there that a object that is movable can be moved if you get wedged in between it. Even if you don't have the leverage ability to move it. Do I have any neuromod that I need to unlock, per se? Yeah, Phantom Genesis. The odds of me scanning Phantom Genesis and it being the only thing that needs to be scanned are kind of low. That being said, if it is part of
Dr. McAllister will be giving a presentation on the properties of transpositional locomotion and as a potential in some type of species. Attendance is optional. Refreshments provided.
Yeah, just being told what the next goal will be, though, as far as what next needs to be scanned, will be very helpful. Let's see if we can get through this whole area fairly quickly. That would be great. I really don't see a value in going this way. Let's come out of this mode for a second just so we can not have to be annoyed by it. I guess it comes down to what is the locations of the chests. That's what matters. Like, not so much people, not so much anything else. It's just chests. And I guess everything else is just kind of a waste of time. Like, cleaning out this room doesn't really mean anything. I should have just gone here, seen that So Phantom Genesis here. Apparently I've scanned that, and that let me create my own guy. So I probably need not to do Phantom Genesis and scan myself, but I need to probably find a weaver that would do Phantom Genesis. Alright, let's get rid of some major junk here in favor of a glue gun, which could prove itself to be fairly useful. Mostly I'm just going for points there. Well, I guess that does answer the question as far as what like that does go to answer the question as far as just whether or not the tentacle arms do immediate death when they touch you, or whether they just do a large amount of death. I feel like probably to open the portal you probably are going to need a lot of that kind of resources. What in the world is that? That sounded like the game. Save and exit. Let's quit to desktop and let's just launch again. Yeah, total glitchiness here. And it happening as you're exiting the game certainly does not sound right. And see, the problem now is we're going to launch into the regular prey, and then we'll have to launch into Mooncrash. See if we can get to the menu quickly. It's crazy for the game to suddenly start to have problems, but not super crazy considering that it locked up at the end of that one run last recording, and then it loaded to a different place. So it could be that the save file itself is actually corrupted, not the fictional in-game corruption. And if that is the case, then there can just be a whole bunch of pain. And clearly I have to assume it was the game that was making that horrific noise, not like my computer. I suspect what was going on is I was probably supposed to be hearing the radiation sound effect, and it just totally glitched on that. Right. 688. It does seem to me like, yeah, we don't have anything to lower the corruption level anyways. Did we get them all? Okay. Here we have a control thing, which probably wouldn't help us much. Let's go ahead and sort all of this out. Okay. What I'd like to do, as far as getting rid of food, if one thing gives us enough food, which it really wouldn't, so it's diminished returns, more than likely. We don't need an advanced gun at all, I'm sure. Do that. Get rid of all of that. EMP charges, we could put half of those away. Typhon spores, maybe. I'm gonna see if we can make 5 tea rations, which are potentially better food items anyways, and would stack. Noticeably, that's probably the only food item, though, that we're going to be allowed to craft. So now we have potentially the idea of getting rid of the other food we have in our inventory in favor of making 5 tea rations. Certainly that's not going to help having actual food to eat. We're still one short. So do we have anything else that would have organics in it? I'd hate to get rid of coagulating gel, but that may be the only thing we could get rid of. We would need, I guess if we got rid of half of this, that probably is just barely enough. Now, is it important for me to go in here? Possibly. Because, yeah, I suspect there might have been a item in here. No such luck though. Definitely feels like this is a game where they really wanted us to do a lot more. We already have the escape pod module, so we could get some shotgun shells. That's a thought. Otherwise, I don't think that there's anything worth crafting. Unless we want to try and get a single orange to get that. Which would almost be too crazy. So we would need basically to either break down that or to break down one of these. Mostly we're leaving everything alone then. Let's see. I don't think we need a control module. Yeah, we don't need a control module or anything like this. So it's either go take on, let's see. Escape pod is in Pythea's lab. We go do that now, or we try to upload our consciousness, scanning using this Genesis, which didn't seem like it did anything for us. So, my hope, I guess, would be to unlock the next ability, Phantom Genesis 2. Like the... Yeah, we can't do anything more until we go further down this way. I don't have any psi points. Let's go repair our thing. If I try to eat any food, I'm going to use the tea ration before I do anything else. This gun is now completely broken, which that's not going to work. Let's go into the security office. Interesting. Seems almost like the mimics will blow up in multiple stages. Every tram works. It's more just power levels of the crew annex. So if we had to go to the crew annex, that'd be a problem. And are we looking for anybody in the Pytheas lab? Doesn't seem like we can find that one person. Got all the food we need. Need a shotgun though. Or even a handgun. Fine. You know what, we'll do this. Alright, let's go into the inventory then as far as food products and eat some of this other food products to get our health back up. Is there possibly something special around here? Something we could do more with. There we go. Back to using the shotgun. See, I think he's causing all the lights to flicker, which that's interesting procedural generated action and activity. Okay. So which way do we go? Up to the office? It's probably the best bet. I guess the thing we should also double check on is just like eat that, eat that, use that. Eat that, eat that, eat that. We probably have enough drink now. As far as non-alcoholic drinks. Definitely take the neuromod. Okay. And I guess what we'll get down to is if I am about to potentially upload my consciousness. If we've got that going, then man, these guys are tough. The thing to do, I guess, would be to...
Riley. Things on Talos are becoming untenable. It's time to set contingencies we discussed in motion. I need you to copy everything you've got onto the vault operator I sent you. The research, connectones, everything. Morgan was right. The twin are all linked. Which means whatever's happening up there will likely spread to you, if it hasn't already. And this should go without saying that we keep the board out of the loop on this. They'll find out enough anyway. Get it done. We'll talk again soon.
So
Riley, be careful. I'm fairly certain you've got at least one KASMA working for you.
My plan here would be to leave the food and a bunch of other stuff if we can. Science operator probably would just refilled my... Yeah, he would have just refilled that anyways. Leave the food right at the tram. Then, potentially, we don't have to fight all the way through this whole area a second time and go from the Moonworks, use the tram, which is a shorter jump. The real question certainly will just come down to first news of the subjects exhibited never encountered Cinematic Academy. I'm not even reading this right. As long as we have living subjects, observation can continue and results can be easily analyzed. Generating living subjects isn't a matter. The source volunteer have psionic abilities to prove lethal. So this Project Genesis generating the live subjects is another matter. The source volunteer must have psionic aptitude pushed to the levels that have proven lethal for most subjects. Even if they survive the installation process and are cleared for Genesis, the psyche appears too fragile to manage long, resulting in hyperaggression and mania. Several research personnel were injured. So there's something we need to do. What is our goal? Create a phantom out of volunteer 0145 PO4 and scan it with your psi scope in Moonworks. So there is a specific person in Moonworks that we are looking for. Okay, that is helpful. Potentially getting faster scanning and detect hidden mimics would change the game quite a bit. Alright, we gotta run then. And if anything, what this tells me is that anybody who is potentially a volunteer was always going to need to be turned into a phantom. I also feel like it benefits the player, any future player, to put here the escape pod navigation chip. Yeah, that makes sense. And off we go via tram. Anybody want to attack me? Go ahead and request a tram. While we're at it, we'll is there anything important that needs to be grabbed while we're doing all this? Pistol. We'll take a handgun. Better to have a handgun than than a broken shotgun. Now, I guess if you died, you would start potentially on this end of the tram. At least that would be my thought. Are those really the kind of things that need to be fought with the Q-beam? Not really. That's wasteful. You know what, I'm just going to go ahead and leave that alone. Derma web over. This is worthwhile. Let's see. I guess the only real question you could check here is just, is there hazards? Or has anything changed otherwise? Because we're coming from this direction, it is very believable that we'd be a little short. It's very possible that we'll run through this area and find somewhat strong enemies.
Gateway reactivation in 3, 2, 1. Type area detected.
Analysis report.
Okay. So 3 waters down, plus 2 waters, plus an anti-rad, plus 3 food, plus 2 food. I think gets everything in there you would want. You might want to be somewhat careful as far as just a anti-rad. Okay. There's only like a slight concern, I would guess. These are like security operators. While we're here, let's see if we can find something that we can turn ourselves into.
Warning.
Something small.
Detected.
You know what? I probably have something in my inventory that I could drop. Which maybe that is an idea that I have not been really taking a big role in. But see, that's not small enough.
Hello.
I think we can probably jump through here to reach that. Now we're in a new area we've never been to before. Pizza.
Scan it. Zero imaging. This should help. That's supposed to create.
Is there a lot of stuff here? Anti-rad pills might be helpful. Medical bot might be useful. I've almost certainly scanned all of these type things before. Okay. Need to rush fairly quickly if we can. Where's the body of the volunteer? He volunteers up this way. This might be one of those cases where they continuously spawn. Laser turret, volunteer, laser turret, deploy. Don't have a code. So let's see. So we are burnt. Let's see. Broken bones, tendons. He'll burn, use. That gets our health back up perfectly. Okay, so we scanned that thing. Now it's just going to be a matter of, was that the only thing we had to scan, or was there something more? We have one shotgun that is broken. Take this. Take this. we are now, I guess, just mad dashing out of this whole place. Yes, at any point. We can go ahead and use that. Let's see, do we have better chipsets? Decrease the chance of that being inflicted, increase your health, increase your propulsion glide speed and add explosive ground slam ability, increase your chance of pistol, shotguns, and wrenches, increase the damage of all side attacks. Yeah. We're just running. And that's pretty much all we have to do, I think, too. We go back here, we take the tram back the way we came, we potentially upload our consciousness, and good luck to everybody else. Like every other character doesn't have potentially the best chances of escaping the way they should in the storyline, and obviously we don't have the janitor unlocked, and I'm not sure that anything we could do would really help. I'm not sure anything would really help the other people. So I'm just gonna leave weapons, and I'm assuming, I'm hoping that handgun is good enough. If anything, I potentially will leave a care package here. What else can we give away? Not going to need that or that. We can give away all the EMP charges. That and that. I think anti-rads aren't terrible. We'll leave the neuromods. No, we should use the neuromods. T rations. We can leave those. So repair kits, spare parts, we'll leave those. And all of that trauma stuff we can leave. Yeah, I think that's a fairly good care package for somebody, probably the engineer, to escape by. And I guess the only other question would be, is there going to be another twist? Let's see. This is not working. Like, nothing is hurting the guy. Oh man, boy do I wish there was some way I could have potentially undone that. Yeah, that does seem just incredibly unfair. But we got a lot of points from that, so I can't really complain. So this guy's probably not going to make it out. This one would take too much time. it's more important to finish this story than it is to do anything else. So, normally I would pick a different choice, but in this case I'm going to line myself up with a decent amount of this, an EMP charge or two. We'll even go with a med kit. Neuromods I don't want to really mess with. Navigation pods or size scope we don't need to mess with. Extra points. This for 1,000 points I just don't think is worth it. But increasing your maximum health I think makes sense. If we can find something that makes us immune to radiation, that would be nice too. I guess that's still that. Okay. So notably, we are here. We don't have the scan mode. Just grab that as we run. Wow, just look at how much health this guy has. So do we want to take a care package, potentially? See, we've got our care package here, and let's see. I don't think that we need to actually take anything. We'll leave that and run. We don't have like a shotgun or anything that would have helped us. Basically, by resetting in this area, it gave me a safer movement than trying to go through the crater to get to Moonworks to guarantee the victory here. So now all I have to do is not die in this next area. Like anti-radiation pills may have been useful. There was some anti-rad pills. Picking up food. A better shotgun. There we go. Let's see. As far as new chipsets. Sneak attacks return a bit of health. Let's see. Increase overall movement speed would be very helpful, potentially. Just doing more damage. But yeah, not much else this needs to worry about.
Hello.
Would there be a faster way to jumping through all these hoops? Not particularly. Anything that really concerns me too much. Here's the radiation stuff. I suppose it's possible that some of these pathways and some of these tricks of going one place versus the other are just something you wouldn't learn very quickly when playing this game. I don't think that they're heavily relying on that as an idea, though. I think the general idea is that you are just going to breed a massive amount of familiarity with the game and potentially get better at the game because of it. Just change. Do we have an Ajax propulsion? Yes, we do. One of these days I'm going to mess that up and not make it all the way. Okay. What have we got as an option? So this, as far as possible, that direction.
In operation.
Oh, I've got no bullets. Do we have anything else that we could possibly use? That didn't happen. I am stepping on fire. Do we have anything for burn trauma? No. Do we really need to do any of this? I don't think you actually do. I think you just come up here and then let's see. Do we have an EMP? Yes, we do. Go and grab that.
Detected.
Grab that. So the real question now just is going to come down to what does this story ending do for us? What is special about the story ending? Other than this is very possibly what canonically would have happened in the actual turn of events is that the security guard would have escaped here. Notice that the security guard seems to be completely coated in black here. I don't know if that's a visual glitch or if he's covered in black for some other reason. Well, nope, I think it was a visual glitch. So, somehow I killed a human in that. I don't know. Oh, because it was mind controlled. Okay. This leaves us escaped mass driver. This one died. So one can upload, the other cannot. And probably would never be able to hack it, so. Story objective, I guess, is the question here. Do we try to push her to the shuttle, or do we try to push him to the escape pod? Even though we're getting points, we potentially are still running into a lot of money we're spending. Extra points. Cooldown time of side powers. Increase the damage of all side powers. Resistance to electric, ether, fire, and physics damage. That seems fairly useful. I guess the question really comes down to, should I buy a propulsion thing? I think it's worth it. To have a propulsion unit for 1,000. And we're starting back at the crater with a higher danger now. I guess inherently it's got to be a case that the janitor escapes via the escape pod, doesn't it? It really just doesn't make any sense otherwise. Shuttle is in the crew annex. If we run that way, well, it would probably be better if we run that way for the shuttle. We probably fail. If we don't run that way and instead go to the escape pod in the Pytheas lab, we probably fail. Honestly, we've set ourselves up so that we can't actually accomplish much of anything here. So, as far as maybe you can see these on the map. What are the KASMA orders? Escape by consciousness emulation in the Pytheas lab. Yeah, that's our best bet. We're running to the Pytheas lab again, because then that gets us another way in which we could escape. And yeah, this is basically just straight up run. I guess the question to ask as far as newer mods, do we have a... No, we don't have the burrow ability, which would be the thing that would, I guess, have helped us here. We did need that. Just try and run through all this quickly. I don't feel like the moon shark is properly programmed, though. It does seem like it tends to attack no matter what you do. Which does not seem fair. And it definitely feels like it would only be fair if everybody could upload their consciousness and escape through the same pathway.
This is a secure reminder. Exotic material is restricted to the kind of trader. Violation will immediate disciplinary action up to and including termination.
So just run. My hope, potentially here, would be that I could upload my consciousness before the corruption level increases. Should be a bunch of recycling things here. And then that might reset everything. This guy's still alive somehow. Utility. Why is this not working? Because I don't have a psychoscope. Either that, or yeah, it's either I don't have a psychoscope, or only the director can upload their consciousness. Or maybe the game. Nope. It's because I don't have a psychoscope. Right. Well. Nobody else is going to have a psychoscope on them, likely either. So, the next move is to take our care package. find if there's like a better gun somewhere around here. We're going back down. Do we have a better gun? Not shotgun. We'll go see if we can craft a psychoscope and then move the story forward. If not, tendrils definitely seem like they are like attacking everything. And it definitely feels like there might be some extra items around here worth looking for. Go ahead and recycle that while we're at it. But what's not going to happen, though, likely, is that we would make a whole bunch of extra items to get neuromods from. That doesn't feel in line with what's going to happen. Let's see. Scope. Craft. Have to hit 2 buttons. Shotgun shells. We'll make some of those because we're kind of low. Neuromods. We would need like 1 metal. Is it worth it to recycle things to get a neuromod? And if we can do it. We're already at corruption level 4, so we're going to probably be in level 4 or level 5 if once we get around to it. Let's see, what else can we potentially get metal from? Half of the EMP charges. What else could we get metal from? That's probably the best we can do. Okay, so now I want to leave another care package with the escape pod here, and probably don't need this either. In fact, unless something crazy happens, probably don't need that either, but you know what, we'll be careful and hold on to that. We can also just leave all of our resources here. Give them some shotgun shells. Give them 2 skeletal repair kits. And give them some food. That is a very nice resource care package. And now it's just rush. Rush back to the office, see if we can upload that data. If we can't upload the data, then we take the care package and then we escape via the shuttle, the escape pod, leaving the shuttle, and as much time as hopefully possible on the corruption level for the engineer to do that. It just does not seem like that information is uploadable. Unless something about me recycling myself destroyed the data. We'll try something here. That doesn't seem like that would have triggered anything. Yep. This kind of sucks because we are still in that weird position where I just don't know if it is a case that the director themselves is the only one that can upload the data, or if the game is glitched, or if I recycled the one item I needed. We'll just have to hope we can finish that storyline at some point. Have we been in here? There's another escape pod chip in case we needed it. Okay. Whatever. Move quicker. Still plenty of room for failure.
From our facility director.
Like, we've never taken on this escape pod area.
Initiative. Like to capture and share with your co-workers. The first participant will be our veteran pilot, Captain Delgado, who will be sharing his aviation skills. Captain Delgado, please report to the lab for maximum update, and congratulations.
We should probably just check this out while we're over here, since we've already been in this whole area. Like, we don't have the repairability 3 that's necessary to fix that. Just gonna take all the care package now. Let's see where we would be as far as neuromods. More metal. Still need more metal. What do we want to get rid of? Potentially. We can get rid of that, obviously. Get rid of that. Although, might as well just hold on to it. An escape module is not that useful. skeletal repair kits. Okay, neuromods then. We have 3 neuromods. 2 would do that for us. 2 would do that for us. 3 would give us burrow. Take burrow as an ability. And rush forward. Okay. So, what do we see? Cryptoid nest, escape pods, cryptoid nest.
Warning, warning. One remaining. Fashion.
We've got a Weaver over there. Okay. So the move potentially would be to fight it. Which it seems like we have no choice but to fight it.
Scanning. Typhon threat imminent.
Okay. EMP charge that direction. Knock that down. Go ahead and pull a shotgun. Come in here. Lock. Place. That would have turned up anyways with this character because he has Typhon DNA in him, so there we go. Another escape. But unfortunately not the upload consciousness escape I wanted. Doesn't really seem like it matters that much. So now it just comes down to how can we best empower this character. Because that's what this is going to come down to, is give maybe a couple med kits to this. Let's give like 6 neuromods to them. Psychoscope not needed, obviously. Glide speed I'm gonna increase too. And maximum health we increase. Yep. So the general idea here is that since this is starting in the crater, you were going to have to prepare for that and run towards the crew annex, and then just hope we can run through the crew annex fairly quickly too. So repair needs 2 mods, suit modification 3. Does she have piloting? Yes, already. Shuttle is in the crew annex. Escape with the engineer and the shuttle to unlock the mission. Maybe the story objectives don't even start until you escape with the shuttle. Recycling yield, definitely not going to be that useful in this anywhere as much as it was for the main game. And even in the main game, the balance there was really bad. Wow, you are just straight up flying. With that extra mod, you do just straight up fly. I'm like hitting the but upward flight still not really a thing, so that's good to know. Seems like there's an invisible wall here. Good news is the power's out. Probably because... well, didn't they say the power's always out in this area? Ooh, this could be problematic as far as getting actually through the area. Maybe I should have flown directly into the center area instead. Like, yes, I do know that there are other pathways.
Detected. Auxiliary power enabled until further notice.
I may straight up have to run back and repower this whole area, because I don't think that this would work. Nope. Unless I had some kind of special ability, which I don't think I do. I don't think that there's a way. Even if I was able to, say, use the glue gun, which I don't have, that's not going to work either. So back we go. This could kill us, certainly, or we could possibly pull this off with the extra propulsion and just flying ability. But yeah, we need to go to the central location. Yeah. So basically you can't even get in the area you want to reach until power is available. Well, I suspect we're not doing moonworks. Although if something was going to go wonky, it kind of would make sense that moonworks might be the way to go. Because we haven't searched that area anywhere as much as we did the Pytheas Labs. Where's my weapons when I need it? Somewhere over here is a mimic that I haven't killed. I just have no health, no food. Let's see. Can we? Should we use the things? Yeah, I think we should. Let's go ahead and use the neuromods. Just suit modification. Increase yield, I guess maybe. I guess that might work too. As far as recycling other things, we'll do that. What we're looking to craft over here would be some tea rations, which would need that more than anything. And I don't know if we have enough to make a tea ration. We would need greens. Do we have anything that would give us green? Just insignificant, small amounts of that. Okay, fine. Then forget that. Okay. We can just see that the corruption level increased by putting what looks like 2 weavers in that area. Can we do this? Probably not. But it's worth trying. We're going over 2 hours at this point. These runs are only going to get longer with the custodian being unlocked. And maybe I have to do more
Electrical damage detected.
to unlock the custodian character than what I've already done. Might as well repair his suit.
Vital source critical.
Just straight up trying to kill us. Thermal Phantom over here, trying to kill us. Still no food. Stealth really can only get you so far. I mean, if I could get into the kitchen, maybe I could refill my health. But if we look at the actual map, as far as let's see, sort these. Like, to get upstairs, you have to run through the elevator. Once you're upstairs, we need to get up 2 more flights, which may not be that much to run to the shuttle. So just trying to be as slow and cautious and hidden as possible. I don't know if alcohol even refills your health. Anything could be a hidden mimic. Anything could attack you and be the final thing. Probably makes some sense to just shoot. And see, I would still need repair 3 to be able to get through that area. Which, yeah. Once we get repair 3, then this character potentially has better use. But only to repair. In a lot of ways, the engineer feels like the character you'd want to play as to begin with, at the lowest level of difficulty. Okay. So, just mad dash. run this way before the gate triggers. And we somehow may have some safety here. Right. Do we even have the concussion heal? No, we don't. So I hope that A, we don't have to fight anything, and B, we can fly the spaceship with a concussion. It would be somewhat unfair if that was a limiting factor.
Typhon detected. Detected.
There, we have brain pills. That is, we had one of those already. Repair our suit. Almost certainly not going to find anybody, but we could get a general idea of where that person may be. Advanced. Let's see. This is crazy, but I think we've done it. Only thing that could kind of happen poorly would be if we got jump shot when we open this door. And that somehow killed us. I think it probably is worthwhile to open the door though and take it out. Wow. Look at that. Full food. That seems to be very scripted. Nobody else is playable. So the last thing to do is, like, we don't really have to mess with any of this stuff. We're not going to get this KASMA bounty. We're going to accomplish as much of this as we can accomplish, which, yeah, doesn't seem like we've completed anybody's story objective. Map wise, it's not going to really tell us where that other body is. It would be incredibly dangerous to look for it. We've somehow made this. With 2 Typhon neuromods, we can't do anything though. So yeah, just escape. And that's 2 people that have either unlocked their story mission or completed their story mission. Either way, big progress. Hopefully the game saves that progress. there was definitely a danger that the game was going to drag on, and it was going to get less and less likely that we would get progress in a reasonable amount of time. And that still could happen. Certainly, we could have like 4 to 5, 6 hours of no progress at all. Okay. So now the question becomes, story objective, it gets worse. A little bird told me is now unlocked. Escape with the custodian using the escape pod to unlock the story objective. And we have to complete this guy's story objective before we can unlock the custodian. So yeah, we simply unlocked the story objective. Now we have a story objective, which maybe literally is to have like an entire run focused around this guy, or now there's just an extra challenge to use the mass driver to escape. This story objective, I guess, was always unlocked. And this story objective was always unlocked. So, yeah. So, wait a minute. Do we get the custodian possibly because we finish his story objective, or do we get the custodian for a different, completely different reason? I want to save and exit just to make sure. Yeah. Yeah, I am confused, certainly. And there's no way to get to the satellite ready room or exit the looking glass unless the story wants you to do it. Yeah. No. Yeah, this does make sense. Complete security officers Bahati's story objective, which almost certainly is going to have him discover that Claire Witten, the custodian, is a KASMA spy, and then that will unlock her as a character. I bet otherwise, though, this story objective, a little bird told me, may not do much for us, and we just don't know what the story objective there is, so like we'll just have to learn. We know what we're doing here. It's scanning and uploading data, and we'll probably have to do that all over again. There is definitely an argument to play as Riley Yu once again to start with, but it might also be smart to play as this guy or even this guy first, to give them more time if their story objectives turn out to be really, really long. As far as overall progress goes, we've done as much as we probably could have done at this point without just playing better. The discovery stuff has all been done. Now it's just do the story objectives, escape with the custodian, unlock the custodian, escape through the portal, escape by uploading your consciousness. After that point, the whole game will be unlocked to us, and then hopefully it would be very much just a short epilogue event of a couple of hours to actually finish all the requirements. There is still some weirdness because the achievements of this DLC, Mooncrash, are intertwined with the main game. So as far as achievements, I haven't been talking about them at all, which highlights how I was I have been more interested in playing Prey Mooncrash just as a video game, arcade style video game, where I was looking for extra entertainment through achievements in the main Prey story and experience. But it does create this weird situation where there's about 30 achievements left, and I imagine 5 or 6 of them may be tied to Prey Mooncrash, but I imagine a significant amount of them are tied to the main game. So as far as achievements being a motivating factor to make me want to continue play, that's just not going to be the case. So I am left with what is actually in the game as far as the challenges. And there definitely feels like at this point, if I escaped with 4 people and almost escaped with 5, that would feel good enough for me. But, you know, if I escaped with 4 people, I'd probably have so many points that I could probably escape with 5 in the next run anyways. Particularly if we're just going to continuously unlock more and more abilities and put even Typhon abilities into these characters to make it even easier. Anyways, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want to friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. And if you want to support me further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and get me a game off my wishlist. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.